Okay guys, we're back in Virginia and we came back to a big surprise. Behind me, I'm at a traffic stop. So I think I was speeding. I'm on my way to work, first day back, and I think I was speeding, so I've been stopped over by a cop. So I don't know whether I'm gonna get a ticket or what's going on. So I just gave the cop my car insurance and my ID. They're going through my details. So we shall see. It's been a while since I've been stopped over by a cop, so it's kind of like one of those feelings. Kind of have like your stomach drops when you see the red and blue. So it's one of those things.
So,
yes,
it's a summons if you choose to appear. It's General District Traffic Court, 606 East Martin Street.
Right.
On August 19th at 10:30 for speeding 57 in a 40. You're not admitting to guilt. It's a promise to either come to court or pay the fine if you call this number. Get your sign there. So I did check your driving record. You have an excellent driving record.
Okay.
If you can come to court on that court day with the judge would offer you, it's an online safe driving course. They give you 60 days to complete it, and after completion, you dismiss it, so it can all go away.
Okay.
Okay?
So I was doing 17 over the speed limit?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Just be careful.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So this is my driving ID. I have my car registration back. And as you heard the police officer, so apparently I have a impeccable, clean driving record. But I think we were speeding, so from the look of it, we have to go to court. Looks like I've been given a court date of August 19th of 2025 at 10:30. This is gonna be at let me see. Okay, so let's keep going because I have to get to work. I have 10 minutes to get to work. Then I'm gonna be going, but this is a dead end. So when I got pulled over, this was you always basically want to make sure that you get out of the way, out of the road. And so what I did is I pulled on the side of the road so I did not impede traffic. I don't know if this is situated right, but I hope so. So I pulled from the main road. So let me actually get a front view since I'm on the road. Okay, so I have my camera recording ahead, the front view, and also I have my phone recording me. So I was actually driving on this road. This is 5th Street, southwest. So I'm actually getting for traffic. So I'm actually waiting. My front camera just died because it's full of us. I don't have any more memory. I'm gonna try to go here real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna take a beat just to breathe because I kind of have those butterflies still in my stomach a little bit, and I'm also situating this camera here a little bit for a better view. But the gist of it is, okay, let's also make sure that we have good angle of recording. When you're recording video, unless you're doing a short video, it's usually vertical. But if you're doing a long form video that is going to be 16 by 19, you always want to make sure you flip your phone to be horizontal versus vertical, so you can get that wide view when you're talking. So what happened is, and 1 second. Okay, so traffic is moving. So what happened is, I was driving on this road which is called Ridge Street. I just came from the main intersection of main highway of Route 66, which brings you to Charlottesville, Virginia, from to where I work. So I live in Harrisonburg, and it's an hour away from Charlottesville. So I drove all the way from Charlottesville, taking Route 81, and then got on 64. So I had just gotten off 64. I was about 15 minutes away from work, and then coming on this street. And then if you're a good driver, you pay attention to your surroundings to see what's going on. So I kind of saw this car parked on the side of the road, and I had that guy feeling like, oh, this might be a police officer, but then I didn't realize how fast I was going. So then when I passed him and I saw him slowly pulling over to the main road, and he drove for like 2-3 minutes before he turned his red and blue lights on, and then that basically means to pull over. And then he was also using his finger outside of his windshield to motion me to like pull over. So then I'm driving on Ridge Street, which you saw there. It was kind of hard to get back on. I'm looking at traffic and whatnot, and as a driver who pays attention, I'm like, I don't want to stop in the middle of the road. Then I'm going to stop traffic, and I'm going to impede traffic, and it's a mess because I come to work here in this city, so I always try to make sure that I'm aware of my traffic surroundings. I'm also conscious of things like that. So anyways, short story is, he pulled me over. I pulled on the side of the road, away from the main road, and came over. He asked me if I knew why he was pulling me over, and at that time I did not even have my phone recording or nothing recording, because I was, you don't anticipate things like this happening. So it's not like we're expecting to be stopped for speeding or anything like that. This is just a spur of the moment kind of thing happening, and this is a spur of the thing happening. Anyways, hold on. So yeah, so I'm waiting to turn over here at this intersection. This is West Main Street and 4th Street Northwest in Charlottesville. I'm just a corner away from my job. So hold on for just a second. The light is green, but this is a very tricky intersection. Can't really turn less the arrow. The traffic light over here, it's green, but the arrow is not. Oh, now I'm gonna have to wait since it turned red before I can turn. So hold on. Yeah, so I'm waiting to turn. My job is just around the corner. But anywho, I still got nerves a little bit, and I'll share in a little bit here. Let me turn here, make sure that we park, and then we have a quick conversation real quick. So I'm actually pulling into the parking deck of work. Okay. Alright. So it's 7:56 in the morning. I have 4 minutes before I get in the office and clock in. Okay. Stay with me, people. I'm getting my bearings here. I gotta get all my stuff, and I still have the paperwork from the police officer. I have my insurance, the police summons, and whatnot. So what I'm gonna actually do here, I have 4 minutes to get to the office and clock in real quick, and then I'm gonna narrate this story more here in a second. So let me go ahead and basically so this is the camera that I was actually recording. I had it facing me when the police officer was coming to me. So all this I started recording after the fact, after he had pulled me over. Hold on, let me get my stuff. We're gonna get our stuff and then head to... Okay, so we just parked our car. I got some trash. I was eating a bagel and banana on the way to work, and I'm also holding my coffee. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go clock in work, and then I'm gonna quickly narrate this story here. It's bright already, as you guys can see. Hey, beautiful people. So, finally got a chance since I clocked in at work to finally come and just chit chat and finish our story. So yeah, so as I was sharing earlier, so basically I was driving on Ridge Street on my way to work this morning, and then a police officer pulled me over and stopped me, and then yeah, and so I ended up getting a speeding ticket, which is I have not received a speeding ticket in I can't even remember if I've received one in the recent past. So yeah, so the cop was generous enough to basically say, if I show up at court, so I had two options. I have two options. So I can either pay the fee for the speeding ticket, which I believe is probably like $150 or something like that, which is crazy amount. So that's also another way that the county governments and the cities here collect revenue, by finding people if they're speeding and whatnot. So the cop shared that I was 17 miles above the speed limit, which was I think it was a 40 mile per hour, which I'm gonna check to see how many kilometer per hour that is for my viewers in Kenya, and the one that use the other metric system other than miles. Here in the US they use miles. So long story short is that I was someone to go to court to appear before a judge, and probably the judge is going to order me to take a safety driving class to kindly dismiss that charge. You do also have an option, at least from my past professional experiences, that if you preemptively take the safety class ahead of time, the charge, the speeding ticket is going to get dismissed. So that's the gist of it. So I think for me, maybe it's because I was coming from a highway. I'm not making any excuses. Maybe I was coming from a highway, and so I ended up kind of driving a little fast than I realized. So I wasn't paying too attention to the speed limit or what was going on. But at the same time, I was kind of following traffic, the traffic pattern. But I guess I was an unlucky one. I got pulled over, which I own up that I was going a little fast, and so I got a ticket. But this is the welcome that we get back to Virginia from New York City. But all in all, I think you heard the cop say, I have a good driving record. I try to be a very safe driver most of, in everything that I do, because I believe that personally, I can control my driving, and it also applies to anything that you do in life. You cannot control what other people do. The only thing that you can control that is in your hands is your actions, and what you do, the choices that you make. Those are the things that you control. Those are the things that are in your hands. What other people say, what other people do, those things you cannot control. If you control them, then you must have some mind power, some magical ability that we all do not have. So the gist of it, I got a traffic ticket. I have to be a court and pay or take a class, and it's going to be dismissed. But also, I think sometimes things do happen for a reason. Maybe this is a sign from the universe telling me that you're moving way too fast, Chacha. You need to slow down and look around and enjoy the beautiful things. So when you're on your walk commute, sometimes, maybe you're kind of speeding a little bit or doing that. But this is definitely a sign from the universe to say, hey, man, slow down. You're moving too quick. Not everything needs to be rushed. Not everything needs to be super fast. Because I think I was reading something somewhere yesterday that if you leave your house, maybe you forget your car keys or you forget something in the house and you have to go back. The quote said, hang around a little bit in the house. Don't be too quick to rush back and get to where you're going. So maybe you forgetting what you forgot is your guardian angel, who is kind of basically looking out for you and telling you, trying to give you a little distance. If there was some negative energy or some bad, terrible thing that was going to happen, it's basically telling you to slow down and looking out for you so that you can be safe. Or I'm a spiritual person, so sometimes you have to kind of look at things like that. It's like, hey, slow down, enjoy life. Even when you're in a rush, when things sometimes don't make sense, it's chaotic, just slow down. Yeah, so that's what I just wanted to share. So this is my welcome back to Virginia. The universe sending me a message to slow down. Maybe I'm moving too fast for my own good, and maybe I just need to chill, take perspective, take an inventory of everything that's going on around me, and realign myself to be one, with the cosmos, and just appreciate the beauty of life and everything all around me. So anyways, my people, so I'm blessed. It is an amazing afternoon. I did not get a chance in the morning to basically finish recording the video, but it is beautiful here, as you can see. Let me flip the camera for a second. So this is the beautiful park outside of where I work. That is just beautiful. Nature is all around. Everything is green and it's just looking marvelously beautiful all around. All around everything is just marvelous, or manganyu as we would say in Kenya. So I just wanted to kind of chit chat a little bit as I wrap up this video. So we just came back from the city of New York, the city that never sleeps. And so we definitely being intentional, trying to get back to the slow rhythm of life. I was fortunate enough to be in New York City, and we shot some videos that you guys are going to be able to see. So kindly help our platform, help our channel to grow. And how you do that is I appreciate your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing if you're brand new here to our channel as we grow one vlog, one story at a time. And kindly drop a comment below, because when you drop a comment, you allow the YouTube algorithm to basically understand who's watching and liking my content. And by you engaging and leaving a comment, it basically helps that video get recommended to more people. And also hit that notification bell. So if you have subscribed and you haven't hit the notification bell, then when I drop a new video, you're not gonna know when it's coming out. So that way you're able to keep up with my video. But also check out my whole other videos that I've posted. We have amazing great content. So we're growing on this platform. We're definitely being appreciative. But so for me, this is just one of those moments where I'm just taking time to slow down, time to look at what's going on, and definitely realize that we do need to slow down. Sometimes we move too fast, and sometimes moving too fast, it needs or dictates depending on the situation. But that speeding ticket is a way for me to not practically, I need to maybe slow my speed down. But I'm a typical good, try to be a typical good driver. I'm not perfect, but in nature we make mistakes, and this is one of those things that at least you are able to see. So I wanted to share that. But also, as you see, I never planned to record a video of me getting pulled over by a police officer, because that's a violation of a traffic driving. So getting pulled over and getting a ticket, that's not something I'm proud of, but at least I'm able to own up and share it. So after the cops stopped me and then I gave them my registration and car insurance, they were able to they were able to tell me what was going on. So that is a little difference of what happens here. Traffic laws in these parts of the U.S. typically are, do work. It's not such a super crazy chaotic system as it is back home sometimes. So we definitely get things to work, and by following traffic laws and regulations, they help things to move fast, to move better. So unfortunately, like in Kenya, you get stopped, you have to bribe somebody or whatnot. But we hope that the system can also change and be better. But for me, I just wanted to share that little piece of it. Let me know in the comment section what you think. How do things work in your part of the world? How does law enforcement work? How do traffic lights work or traffic rules work? So, so I'm wrapping up this video, and basically have to kind of go to court or do a class, and maybe the charge is going to get dismissed, or I could also decide to pay the fee, which I'm going to do the latter, take the class, be preemptive before I have to go to that court hearing, which is going to be August 19th, I believe. So we're getting in a car. So just like this video started in the car, so we're gonna go ahead and end it in the car. So let me put my bag down and we can wrap this up. So anyways, so Yeah, so that's typically what happens. But also maybe in the future I can also do a follow-up video. I can do a follow-up video. So the other thing that happens as a person of color, meaning being black and whatnot, sometimes this type of incident or this type of interactions with law enforcement can either be positive or can either be negative. So for me, what I've learned over the year is, when I get pulled over, I know I'm gonna be asked for car registration, my car insurance, and driving license and things of that nature. So I usually have it ready to provide that information. I don't have room or time to argue with the police officer whether I was wrong or I was not wrong. Basically, this is a conversation that we, as a person of color living in this country, that you have to have with your friends or people that you love, because there's a lot of interactions with law enforcement that it comes across with people, and it's not just in the U.S. I think in a lot of countries, even the UK, a lot of interactions you guys have had about Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, and so many other interactions that unfortunately black lives have been lost at the hands of law enforcement. And this is not a video about disparaging law enforcement or nothing like that. This is just me sharing my experience. So I have learned to basically comply with whatever is being asked, car registration or whatever, and then I get the opportunity to fight another day, either by going to court or either be contesting whatever situation it was. But if you take that moment to argue or berate or have a negative interaction, it can easily be fatal. So for me, as someone who has lived in this country for a while, I educate my friends, my brothers from the continent, my brothers from here, that you live to fight another day. These are just little things. The cop is doing his job. That's what he's doing, his job. He's there to do his job, and sometimes people complicate things, but sometimes some situations are not that easy. They can be very difficult. Circumstances can be very different from what it is. But what I've learned, the difference between living to fight another day, whether you're right or wrong, is just doing the right thing at the right time. In this case, I took my ticket and I'm gonna contest it, or I'm gonna go to court to fight it, or I'm gonna pay the fee. Because the moment that you start arguing or even getting into situations that do not warrant all that, you put yourself at the risk of either bringing more scrutiny to yourself. And this, I don't say this lightly at all. I don't say this lightly because this is a very serious issue in this country specifically. We have black bodies that don't always make it home because of whatever situation happened. And for me, I have to recognize, although I'm Kenyan American, and also being from Africa, I have to realize that the struggles of every person that looks the color of my skin or mixed race or something like that, our interactions are not always positive with law enforcement. But I support law enforcement in the initiative to keep everything safe and fair for everybody. But you have a responsibility to always make sure that you have a positive impact interaction, and so that you can move on with your life without anything. That's the good thing that happens, at least with the way the laws are set up in the United States. Although we could argue with the current political climate, and unfortunately, the only thing that you can control, as I said, is your actions. What you say, what you do, how you react to things, and whatnot. So please be positive, work to make a change, and make the change and be the change that you want to see in the world. So for me, this is just sharing, and this is how we are coming back to Virginia, and this is what the universe is revealing to us, that we are moving too fast. We need to slow down. But anyways, my beautiful people, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to my new audience, to my new viewers. If you're brand new here, checking this video out, whether it got recommended to you,
My name is Chacha. I go by the handle of Chacha Unlimited on all social media, Instagram, and also I have a little TikTok that I'm also using to promote videos on this channel and whatnot. So you can check me out and help us grow. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. We want to reach our brothers and sisters in Kenya and across the globe and everywhere else, so that we can make a splash and use this platform to make a positive impact. We no longer want to sit on the sidelines. We are moving from being spectators to being participants, to pushing the needle, to getting out of our comfort zones and doing those things that challenge us and those things that we've been scared of, because we all have 24 hours in a day, and the only difference between being successful is what you do with them. If you grinded today or yesterday and you didn't make it, or things did not align, get up and grind harder today. No excuses. Let's make it happen. Thank you, my beautiful people. I appreciate you checking out this video. Until the next one, I will see you, my people. Wagwan, peace, love, and job bless.